someone else. That appeals personally to me, because lots of people say, well, you could buy one of those modular homes for $80,000. Yeah, then you have the land and you have the infrastructure, and that adds your costs up very quickly. So, new urbanism, we're going right along what it is. We talked about it. One thing that's very important about new urbanism is that the community is walkable. And that's the one thing that you have to look at. How close do you want to be to services, to town? It doesn't necessarily have to be town. It could be if the services are going to be within the community. Various different housing types. This is actually my dream, this vision. And this is a guy up in Seattle that does, his name is Ross Chapin, and he has all these little cottages that are cute, and you notice there's no automobile in sight. That is another one of my things that I would love to have, no automobiles zooming past, because that way I can be on my porch, see my neighbor, say hi, and want a cup of coffee.
So the cars are on the outside?
Which is what Westwood did as well.
Right. And that's pretty much a model in co-housing, is to have your parking in the periphery.
Did Harmony Village do that?
Yep, Harmony Village has that. Okay, so, and then moving right along, another option is as far as aging in community, and anybody heard of Beacon Hill model? And that would be, this is my description of it, and that is a bunch of women in Beacon Hill have a few bucks that say, I'm not going anywhere. I want to stay in my house, in my nice, wonderful, big house, but I'm aging, I want to stay here. How do we figure out how to get services to come to us? Well, they put their bucks together, which you can do, put $300 each individual adds up to. Okay, then we'll hire somebody. They ran a project. They got a project leader. They started bringing services in. The stories that they tell are things like, when you have to have your cat gets sick, you no longer drive, or it's snow. I mean, it could be a million things. It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't drive. I don't know about you, but I'm a cat lover. Something wrong with my cat, I'm going to have a hard time unless I can get to the vet. So what they do is they call the project, because they're a member of it, and for, I don't know, $300 a year, $500 a year, you're a member, and they also have a sliding scale for people who can't afford it. Someone will take you and your cat to the vet. That's one of the services, along with all the other things, shopping, etc. They have since, in the last 3 or 4 years, took this, made it into a model that's repeatable, and they will train you on how to do it. You can buy the manual. See?
Do what? What's that?
You can buy the manual for Beacon Hill. It's on their website. Okay, so to wind up, how do you decide where you're going to go? We're going to talk about this the rest of the afternoon.
You like having no health?
And it would be probably what kind of health you're in, your financial situation, your personal preferences. What kind of environment do you want to have around you? That means, like, do you want to live in Florida? Do you want to live in Asheville? Do you want to live in California? Do you want to live in the East? And interests. The interests that I share with somebody. I've heard lots of artists speaking, professionals. I want to be around those kind of people. Maybe that's how I'm going to decide where my community is. And your relationships. Your relationships. Are you going to have grandkids coming to visit? All those kinds of things. Those are the main things that I sort of see are part of what plays into this. And you'll notice in your booklet that you have a character. Her name is Herself. With an attitude. And these questions are there. Probably the most important thing about a community is, why do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it? We're going to talk about that a little bit this afternoon. But start your motor running as you eat lunch and talk to some of the other people here. The what is, what we've been talking about, the bricks and mortar kind of thing. Who is it I want to be with? I think someone alluded to the fact, is it the place, is it the people? You know, which is it? Where is it going to be? Is it rural? Is it suburban? Is it urban? What is it? Where does it you want this to be? When? We have a chart there that says, am I a burning soul? I'm ready to do it in the next 2 years, the next 5 minutes. Sign me up. And then down from there. And how much money? So there's charts over there that I'd like you to vote on with dots later this afternoon. If you have the answers to where you fall, feel free to do it any time this afternoon.
If you've done that already from the last time, then don't do it. But they're in this first room here, and the dots are there with a small table.
So, let's see. Shells, my apologies. We're going to eat, and then we're going to do you this afternoon. Shells has a model that's conceptual.